Once upon a time in a small town, there was a baker named Mr. Johnson who was known for his delicious pastries. However, Mr. Johnson had a peculiar problem. He had an incredibly forgetful nature. One sunny morning, as Mr. Johnson was preparing to bake his famous apple pies, he realized he had forgotten to buy apples. Determined not to let this setback ruin his day, he put on his hat and dashed to the grocery store. Upon reaching the store, Mr. Johnson realized he had forgotten his wallet at home. Feeling embarrassed, he hurried back, hoping nobody had noticed his absent-mindedness. Finally armed with his wallet, Mr. Johnson returned to the store and purchased a large bag of apples. Feeling triumphant, he made his way back to the bakery, ready to start baking. However, as he reached the bakery, he suddenly had a sinking feeling. He had forgotten the bag of apples at the grocery store. Frustrated with himself, he rushed back to retrieve them, causing quite a stir among the shoppers. With the bag of apples finally in his possession, Mr. Johnson returned to the bakery, determined to get back on track. But as he started preparing the pie crust, he realized he had forgotten to buy flour. It seemed his forgetfulness knew no bounds. Determined not to let this setback defeat him, Mr. Johnson decided to get creative. He rummaged through his pantry and found an alternative, a bag of powdered sugar. With a shrug, he thought, why not, and mixed it into the dough. As the pies baked in the oven, a sweet aroma filled the bakery. Curious customers couldn't resist the mouth-watering scent and lined up outside to taste Mr. Johnson's latest creation. When the pies were finally ready, Mr. Johnson nervously served them to his customers, unsure of how they would turn out. To his surprise, the powdered sugar crust had created a caramelized, sweet and flaky texture that was absolutely divine. The customers, oblivious to Mr. Johnson's forgetful adventures, praised him for his innovative twist on the classic apple pie. Word quickly spread about the sugar surprise pies, and soon people from neighboring towns flocked to Mr. Johnson's bakery to try them. From that day forward, Mr. Johnson's forgetfulness became his secret ingredient for success. He continued to experiment with unusual combinations, creating unique pastries that delighted his customers and kept them coming back for more. This light-hearted tale reminds us that sometimes, even our mishaps can lead to unexpected and wonderful outcomes. So, the next time you feel like you've forgotten something, remember Mr. Johnson and his delicious sugar surprise pies, and embrace the sweet surprises that life has to offer.